It's scary that there's people, excited about 5% raises. That's great. In a normal year, in a stable job that you're going to year over year in and year out, you're getting a 5% raise. You're happy about that. And in a year like this year, you're not even beating inflation, which is a scary thing to think about.
The problem is if you get a 5% raise, I think people are generally happy about it because they don't know that inflation is higher than 6%.
I am very worried for folks. Right now, literally, if I was sitting at home right now, this is what I would do. If I had a kind of a let's say a normal corporate job, I worked at a small business, I would go tomorrow and I would show up to work and I would say, hey, listen, I know that things are tough. I understand that there's a bunch of economic uncertainty right now. But what I also know is that the official inflation number is 6.2%. I'm literally getting paid less today than I was last year. Can we have a conversation about what the plan is for me to go ahead and get a raise or get something that can combat this inflation? Because if I continue to work here and inflation continues to be persistently high, I'm going to continue to lose my purchasing power. And so I'm going to keep doing the same work, but I'm going to get paid less for it. And I can't do that. There's 11 million open roles right now. If I need to, I can go look for another job. They're willing to pay even higher rates than they were a year ago because they understand how hard it is to hire people. I like my job. I like the people I work with. I don't want to leave. Can we please come up with this? And one of the mistakes that people make is when they ask for a raise, they usually ask for the raise immediately. And so I think what you have to understand is that businesses do planning. Right? They end up actually looking at it and they say, okay, well, here's what our budget is for this year or for this quarter. And so we're coming up to the end of the year. You may be better suited if you simply say, hey, can we talk about what my raise is going to be towards the end of the year starting in 2022? But you shouldn't be asking for a 1 or 2% raise now. Now, I think the starting conversation is 10%. And so sometimes that's a hard conversation to have. But if you work somewhere and they're not willing to give you the raise, then I think you've got to start asking yourself, why am I still working here? Because literally they're paying you less this year than they were last year. And so with 11 million open roles, what you can do is you can go ahead and you can go apply. And people are begging folks to come work there. McDonald's is paying $20 an hour. If you get paid less than $20 an hour right now, you could make more money working at McDonald's. Think about that. You could make more money working at McDonald's than you could in your job if you make less than $20 an hour. You have to go ask for a raise. And a lot of people are going to say no. That's okay. There's 11 million open roles. Go get another job. But at some point, you have to start making decisions. You have to be understanding of how the economy works. You have to understand inflation. You have to understand personal finance. But then you got to start putting it in action. And so you can come here, you can watch the show every day, and you can say to yourself, oh, wow, I understand this stuff. But if you're still getting paid the same thing you were getting paid last year, then you're the sucker in the room. Because guess what? Your boss, they're asking for a raise. The CEO of the company, they're trying to figure out how the hell they get paid more money. And likely they've seen the equity value of their business explode or their profits explode, especially if they're in some sort of technology business. So it's only right for you to go ask as well. And if you don't have equity, if you don't have some sort of revenue or profit share or some sort of end of year bonus, like some sort of upside, then you're screwed. But the second that you can actually get aligned, right, that's where ultimately you want to be able to say to yourself, okay, fine. No matter what happens here, I'm still going to get the same things that the people I work with get. And that's how you protect yourself.